Hello, I'm artist and art instructor Kathleen Reitz, and welcome to my channel. Today I have a demo for you. I'm going to be painting this impressionistic floral painting, and I will be using a silicone wedge and my favorite brushes, my favorite mediums, and my favorite paints to do so. And over the months, several of you have expressed wanting to see my color palette as I paint. So today I have a treat for you. I will have one camera that will be pointed at my color palette. As I mix my paints, I will be narrating the colors I'm using, the mediums I'm using, and the tools I'm using. And then the other camera will be pointed at my canvas as I paint this painting. And this is all in preparation for my upcoming online art course, where I will be teaching all of my methods for how I use the silicone wedge and my favorite tools and mediums to create the impressionistic floral paintings like this, like you see me paint on my channel. This is just a demo today. This is not a tutorial. My course will have several tutorials in it, and we will even paint a couple of paintings together. So I hope you're excited too. So today I'm going to give you kind of a little taste of what that'll be like. So let's go ahead and set up and dive right into it. On my palette, I have unbleached titanium, titanium white, green gold, quinacridone magenta, deep violet, and Payne's gray. And then over here I have my, my glazing liquid. So I'm going to start by mixing some green. And this Payne's gray is a little bit thick, so I'm going to go ahead and add some of the glazing liquid into it, because the glazing liquid has retarder in it, and it will keep my paint from drying quickly, and it will also give it a looser viscosity. And I actually think I'm going to start by using my hands for this. So I'm going to come over now onto my canvas, and I'm going to just spray my canvas a little bit with water. And I'm just lightly misting it. This is a water bottle that I got, I believe, at Home Depot. So I'm coming over here, and I'm starting out up here. And as far as my composition goes, I like to keep things a little bit off center. I don't like anything directly in the center anywhere in my painting. So I'm just adding some greenery in random places. And this right here is a doggy pea pad, a puppy pea pad. These are great to use under canvas as I paint, between the canvas and my easel, because if I get drips of paint going down my canvas, then it won't end up on my floor. So these are much more absorbent than towels, and I like to donate my towels to pet rescues, so I like to use the puppy training pads instead. So I'm coming back to my palette, and I'm going to start just with my fingers mixing some more paint here. This is kind of a nice bronze green color that I've mixed. So again, this is that unbleached titanium color. I've got green gold and Payne's gray. So I'm going to wipe my hand off. And I have a brand new brush. This is a filbert brush. It is a number 12. I go anywhere, use anything between usually an 8 and a 12. So this one here is a 12. It's nice and big. And I'm going to come back over to my palette here. And I like to create subtle background colors. I like to tone them down a bit so that what is important is the greenery for me, and I want that to be the star of the show. So I don't want my background color to be too saturated and bright and overtake the painting. So as you can see, I am mixing a little glazing liquid with this. You don't have to, but it does help to loosen the paint up a little. And I'm going to just come over to my canvas and start working on it. And I'm also going back and forth between my brush and my hands. So I like the way that looks, and now I'm going to come back over to my coming back over to my palette, and I'm gonna add with my wedge, I'm gonna add some more now to the greenery again. Now I'm going to come in with a little bit of white and bring that into the background, just to cool the color down a little bit and lighten it. And as you can see, I'm blending it into the green. Now I'm back over on my palette, and I'm going to start mixing a little bit of my first layer of some beautiful quinacridone magenta and some of this deep violet color, which I love. I'm going to squeeze a little bit more of the glazing liquid onto my palette. Sometimes it's even nice to add a little bit of this Payne's Gray into the deep violet in order to make it even deeper. Now I like to use this somewhat transparently, so I am adding the glazing fluid to it. And also my paint in the green layer is not completely dry, but that's okay. I like to allow my colors to mix a little bit on my canvas, again, so that they feel more integrated into the painting and don't feel like they're just floating on the surface. If you're enjoying this video, please consider subscribing to my channel. I've grabbed my filbert brush again, and I'm going to dip it into my glazing fluid, glazing liquid, whichever you prefer, and I'm going to soften some areas of this floral shape right here. I'm going to go around my canvas and do that. This just gives it a softer look. Switching now to my Catalyst wedge. Now that I have this layer of floral elements down, I'm going to go back in and work a little bit more on blending some of this paint into the background a bit. I like to keep it nice and loose. I'm going to go in and start adding a second layer to my greenery. Now I'm going back in with my lightest highlights, and I'm going to bring some more dimension into some of these flowers. So I'm just adding some finishing touches here. Just blending a little bit of the floral elements into the background a little. And I've changed the camera angle so that you can see the canvas better, I hope now. So I'm always over on this side and filming on an angle so there's as little glare as possible on my canvas. But sometimes I like to move the camera in front of the canvas a little bit so that you can get a better view of what I've done. So I think that's it, pretty much. I do like to fuss with it a little, but I don't want to overwork it. So I think it looks pretty good, and I'm going to call it a day on this. And I thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in learning my techniques, I will be coming out with an online art course where I will teach you how to paint using my methods with the silicone wedge and my favorite brushes. So be sure to look at the link in the description box under this video and sign up for my newsletter if you want to receive updates on when that course will launch. I'm hoping it'll launch in May 2025. So I hope that you will join me for that, and I will see you next time. Happy painting.